I think something that all parents need to do, and I would say all parents, irrespective whether your child has dyslexia or not, is use a multi-sensory approach, multidisciplinary approach. Like, don't make your child only read words. Like, write them out. Use sandpaper. Use molding, like Play-Doh. Like, use different faculties of their brain, basically, and then also figure out what sort of a learner your child is. If you can just read up on like multiple intelligences and see, okay, your child is good with music, so can you teach things, with some sort of music? Or does your child like to move around and learn? Or does your child is just can hear something and remember it? So as parents, we need to first, that assessment needs to be done by ourselves, and we know our children best, right? We know how our child likes to, you know, how do they remember something. So once they get to know that, and then use a multidisciplinary approach, like, and don't make them feel like this is a task and you're supposed to learn this, and they're supposed to, tell it back to me. Also, I feel that a lot of dyslexic children, a lot of them have working memory issues. That means that they can't, as I said, if you give them some sort of a direction, they can't repeat it, or they won't remember a long sentence. So I think that is something that parents can work on a lot. Like, give them simple instructions, make it into a game. Like, can you do this? Can you identify that? Can you bring me that? Without letting them understand that they're working on that memory issue. Have games. You have a lot of fun games where you're learning things, but they feel like, oh, you're playing with the parents. So I think initially, I think parents can start with that. And obviously, I would say early intervention is the best. If you keep waiting, a lot of times what parents do is they keep waiting. They think it's going to go away, or it's going to become better, or oh, now he's 5 years old, when he's 7 years old or 10 years old, he's going to grasp it, and that oftentimes doesn't happen. So I think instead of waiting, because you are wasting that precious age that they are in, and they learn better when they're younger. Children who have had early intervention versus children who have had late intervention always do better. When they start, some sort of, as I said, multidisciplinary approach, when they start treating their studies as not like a burden, but something they enjoy. So I think parents need to, bring that enjoyment into what they are doing, because a lot of times dyslexic children develop this fear. They have a lot of peer pressure. They are made fun of in class because they can't read something. And in schools, very often teachers will say stand up and read. And 30, 40 other children making fun of, like, oh, you can't read that. Like, that's so simple. So they also have a lot of pressure at school, which they deal with. And as they grow into teenagers, they become very withdrawn because they don't want to like talk, or they don't want to express what's happening. So I think as parents, that's the first and foremost thing. Even if you're not equipped to train your child, that mental, that acceptance has to be there. That whatever my child is doing is the best, and we will help the child out. That is the first and foremost thing. I think that mindset should be there. So with change in mindset, the other things will follow.